Alexandra Palace back then. Not an empty Winter Gardens by any manner of means. Absolutely jam-packed. They've been shoehorned in here beside the seaside to watch this opening night of Arrows. And two classic contests to wrap it up. Price and Bunting, and then Chisnell and Anderson to finish it off. And last year, as Emma was saying, Price runner-up to Michael van Gerwen. But, you know, if it had been the Open Golf played at nearby Lytham, Price probably would have been the champion. That's decided by who's consistent and best throughout the whole tournament over 4 rounds. Dart doesn't work like that. You've got to keep knocking out an opponent. And he was probably the best player over the week last year, Laura, wasn't he?
Yeah, I completely agree.
But he wasn't the best on the finals night in the end.
No, and that's the thing with darts, as you say, it's every match as it comes. You could have a great couple of days on the Archie and one off day and you're out the tournament. So it's just finding that consistency. And it's just getting over that line every single time.
He led Van Gerwen 4-0 and 9-5 in that first to 18 final. And in the end, Van Gerwen not only reeled him in, but won 18-14 going away in the final analysis. Price here with what you'd say was a tricky first round test, and he knows that because he lost to Stephen Bunting in this very round in 2019 when Bunting got home 13 legs to 12 in a year when he reached the quarterfinals, and every match he played went to extra time. He beat Ian White 14-12 and then lost to Rob Cross 16-14. I wonder if this will be as close in the opening round here.
Yeah, as you say, interesting lineup for an opening match. Yeah, we know that they've played each other here before, but barring the last couple of years, with regards to Gerwyn Price, he has gone out in round 1 4 occasions. That's 50% of his appearances here. He's exited in the first round stage.
Well, one of them was against Phil Taylor, famously, in that epic year for the Power when he won on his retirement tour, one of the great tournament wins of all time. Now he could stay there, and he did, hunting a treble 20 to leave double 11. Well, Price here under threat on his own throw, and in real peril now of going one down after the first leg on his own darts. No need to panic this early on in the piece, but nevertheless not the ideal start. It would be ideal for the bullet though, wouldn't it? Double 16 for the man from St Helens. Lovely start for Stephen Bunting. You wouldn't expect to break through many times in 17 darts, but that's what happened.
Not quite the explosive start we would have expected from Gerwyn Price, but as you say, early doors.
18.
And I think that's the thing what we've come to expect, isn't it? It's just high levels from the off, from pretty much all of these players.
Well, you don't get much chance to have a gentle introduction to any top darts tournament these days, less alone the match play. You've got to be out of the traps, and Stephen Bunting is out of the traps with a maximum in the second leg. Touché!
Bunting there going for the bullseye, but just wanted to leave himself on a finish to give him a chance.
We saw Rob Cross take out the 170 in the last match against Gurney. I can reveal that Mardell did not fancy him for the fish, but he took it out anyway. Can Bunting? No, he can't, is the answer. Now Price looking for a level ton to level up. And right in his wheelhouse, given his talent at the top of the board. Two tops. Can't find one, let alone two.
40. Stephen requires 70.
Delay.
Good shot, 7-8.
Excellent darts there from Stephen Bunting. Currently leading Price 2-0.
It's taken him 32 darts to win the opening 2 legs, which is probably more than you would expect at this level, particularly when one of the players is Gerwyn Price. But Bunting won't be worried about that. Head-to-head record on TV, 3-1 in Price's favours, and 2 of those big semi-finals. One in the World Grand Prix in 21 when Price won before losing to Johnny Clayton, and then in the World itself when Price beat Bunting 6-4 before going on to land the big one against Gary Anderson.
58.
Could leave the big fish again here. Not quite.
Going to require 161.
Yeah, so Price has 6 darts from here.
121.
Keeps him on the Welshman's coattails at the end of this third leg. Double 10. Well, it's very early on in the piece here. We're only at the back end of the third leg, but already things are looking a bit dicey for Icy.
Yeah, Bunting just taking his time. This would be for a second breaker throw. Needs tops.
88.
Well, that was for 3-0, and to really rattle Gerwyn Price's cage. Double 10, double 5. Well, he missed his first 4 darts and a double in the match, but he's hit one now, and I wonder if Stephen Bunting will later regret that half chance to go 3-0 in front, because now Price is on the board. And Bunting's lead is cut to a solitary leg.
Yeah, you can just see there the reaction from Gerwyn Price. And it's not necessarily that he's finished on double 5, it's just the fact that he's actually got a leg on the board. When you start chasing those doubles, it gets you start getting a bit desperate.
Yeah. And the thing is, our eye is always drawn to what happens at the business end of a match. And by that I mean the end of the match, towards the last few legs. But the fact remains that mathematically all these legs count the same, and failing to win what was the third leg of the match could be as significant as failing to win, say, the 16th, 17th, 18th leg of the match. And Stephen Bunting will know the importance of a chance he just spurned there, particularly for a breaker throw.
Yeah, absolutely.
58.
Stephen Bunting, like Gerwyn Price, making his 9th appearance at the match play, and he's gone out 6 times in the first round.
I'd say someone like Stephen Bunting, you look back at his record when he was at the BDO between like 2012, 2014, obviously won the World Championships there, 2-time World Master. Just never really quite pushed on as much as we'd expect him to have done when he's moved over to the PDC. Always been steady, but just not really able to break that top 16.
He had a good run at the Worlds, didn't he, when Raymond van Barneveld took the mic and told us that this man was the best of the best. But he didn't really follow it with much. Top surprise, maybe Bunting was traumatised by the Barneveld interview, being in such close proximity to it. It would be understandable if he was. Anyway, Gerwyn Price from 2 down, levels at 2 apiece. And all Stephen Bunting's good work early on is undone. And now Price is firing. Well, during the Premier League, Laura, and you'll remember, is we changed our mind who the best player in the world was every week. And could he tease us again here? 12 months ago, no! He hit a 9-dart leg against Danny Nopper in the semi-final. He likes to go up to go down and back for the double. Treble 19, treble 20 for double 12. Oh, Gerwyn. It would have been 2 in successive years at the match play. The 9-dart king. Well, if there was a pack of playing cards for dartists, he would be the 9 of darts, wouldn't he?
Absolutely, in a sportsmanship like fist pump from Bunting there. 7 perfect darts from Price.
16. Going to require 56.
Well, he felt there, Bunting, I'm sure, that the leg was gone, and he was quite happy to stand there, the best place in the house, and watch Price hit another 9-dart leg. In the end, it took him 11 darts. But he leads, and that's the most important thing. It was a near miss on the 9 for the Welshman. But in the end, the comeback from 2 legs down to lead 3-2 means it's good business at the end of 2. But first, let's deal with round 1. And can Price continue to deal with Stephen Bunting, who won the first 2 legs of the match, missed a chance to go 3-0 up, and squandering that opportunity proved painful for the Bullet, because Price won 3 legs running, including that last leg when he went 180, 180, found the treble 19, couldn't find the treble 20 to lead the double 12 as he looked to reprise his 9-dart leg from the semi-final of 2022.
You have to say, in the context of this match so far, Price really has turned it around. Didn't look too good, too comfortable for the first couple of legs, but as we know, Price is one of the, if not the leading player in the world.
126.
Yeah, Price averaging 99.58. His seasonal average is the best in the PDC, just a couple of ticks under 99, just ahead of Van Gerwen. Van Gerwen, the defending champion, will be in action on Monday as he looks to start his defence with a win over Brendan Dolan. And Van Gerwen the favourite with the sponsors, Price the second favourite.
105.
Now looking for the leveller. Stephen Bunting, 2-dart combo. Double 16 it is. And double 16 it is, full stop. 3 each. And it's building up very nicely, simmering away very nicely.
58.
I think even Steve would say his season so far, he's been steady. He's had some good results, perhaps just not played at his best, but playing very well up there at the moment to be level with former world champion Gerwyn Price.
Well, Bunting levelling at 3 each now. Can he attack the Price throw? He did have that 17-dart break in the opening leg, but I can't imagine he believes that he's going to get too many opportunities to have 6 visits to the board on the Price throw. Even 5 visits to the board on the Price throw might be quite rare, the level this man's playing at.
I don't know what you think as well with regards to Price and the way he was feeling about darts perhaps after the World Championships. I think that Premier League campaign that he had this year was the best one obviously he'd ever had. Topped the table, came runner-up overall and on playoffs night. But there was a real switch in the way he seemed to be enjoying his darts, and that enjoyment just saw him hit amazing averages, win consecutive nights. I think that's the Gerwyn Price that you just get the best out of him.
Yeah, he was enjoying himself all right. He was winning a lot, mind you, wasn't he? Who wouldn't enjoy winning, Laura?
Well, yeah, I don't know what it feels like. It's been a while.
94.
Leaves a bullseye. Bunting wants 3 bullseyes. That would bring the house down. He won't be trying it, of course. No finish, though, at the mercy of Price, who looks to regain his advantage on throw here. 10 tops, the MO. Tops it is. He dines out on the top of the board once more. Price edges back in front at 4-3. Yes, you make a good point there, Laura. The darts fans have started to warm to Price now. There's still some booing that goes on, but it's become less. There's no question about that. And I remember being here when he hit that 9-darter against Danny Noppert, and the place went berserk. It was like a fan zone at a World Cup, with beer flying in the air and everyone dancing around on the tables. I mean, it was magical scenes, and Price was at the centre of it, of course. And it's very difficult to boo a man who's, you know, playing such scintillating stuff, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, it always makes me chuckle that, you know, he comes up onto the walkway, you get the initial boos, then his music comes on and everyone's dancing and singing and high-fiving him as he's walking down. So, you know, it's almost become kind of more like a pantomime sometimes, you know, pantomime villain in that sense. But like you say, when he's on form and on fire, you can't help but admire the darts that he's throwing, and the crowd do.
That's right. It was happening at the tennis the other day, wasn't it, where they were sticking it to Djokovic? But it's very difficult to keep booing a man who's playing such swashbuckling stuff at the end of his racket. And I think they're finding it with Price, because he plays some sensational stuff. The big finishes, the 9-dart legs. And here, in a real tussle against Stephen Bunting. And he's eyeing up a break, though, isn't he, to put some clear daylight between him and his opponent. The 84 will be for a 2-leg lead.
Yeah, Bunting not able to respond, so 84 required. Needs the tops. Just drags it low on that occasion, but we'll be back for double 10.
Bunting has not managed to finish, and he won't finish here. He'll have had 18 darts at the end of this turn in this leg, and he won't have finished. He will be on a 2-dart combo, but it might well be too little too late. And you can close the gate on leg 8, because Gerwyn Price mops up, goes 2 legs clear with that break of throw. And this is the biggest advantage he's had in the match. We're halfway through, and you feel that Price is ready to just put the pedal to the metal here and pull away from Bunting. And that was the point you were making in the match involving Cullen and De Decker. Or wasn't it that you get a bit of time, you know, it's a longer match, and, you know, a couple of legs at the start, you can play your way through it.
Yeah, absolutely. I think, as we said before, time does eventually run out, even in these longer format games, and Price just, as you say, looks like he's just ready to pounce, but Stephen Bunting looks ready to pounce now.
Well, the break back straight away would be handy.
So I've played darts many years ago at a youth level with Stephen Bunting, and I will say the one thing that you will always expect from him, he never gives up. I know that we say that about a lot of players, but he's just grit, he's determined, and he really does never give up.
Another there to leave 63. Magical darts. A 4th maximum for the Iceman. Bunting started this leg with a 180. Price has hit one with what he hopes will be the penultimate visit of the leg. 10 leaves tops. Well, that's happened a couple of times, that Gerwyn Price. He's dragged darts at tops down. And that might be a takeaway from the match if he goes on to win, and something he might want to work on. Single. Double.
60. Going to require 20.
It's like you said before, carving out those chances, you've got to take them. Price needs double five. Pins double five, and you can see what it means to him.
Take legs, Stephen at front first. Game on.
Well, when they came back on stage, Price was 3-2 up. Bunting immediately levelled at 3 apiece, but Price has gone 4-3, 5-3, 6-3 in double quick time to open up a 3-leg lead. And things are beginning to look dangerous now for Stephen Bunting.
25.
We mentioned earlier Joe Cullen's run of 3 times losing to the eventual winner in round 2. Looks like it'll be Cullen versus Price in round 2. I mean, omens are clearly mumbo jumbo, but
96.
it'll be a talking point, won't it, when we get to that match, if it is Cullen versus Gerwyn Price.
As you say, if it is, everyone does love a good narrative.
Oh, dear me. Well, if he didn't have bad luck, he'd have no luck at all. And that could be very important in this leg. It will be if he hits a maximum here, Gerwyn Price. Well, he saw that Bunting had that bad luck and decided to rub his nose in it.
Yeah, absolutely, that bounce out difference between 149, which he sat on, or 89.
Huge difference. Or maybe it isn't. Well, it's probably denied him a dart or darts at a double. Will he be back for 52? Tops. Last time he couldn't find either. He's found one this time. Another in there, and Price is 7-3 up.
Game shot in the
Gerwyn Price made the most of his good fortune, but a dent in the Price armour. Now, Laura, with the caveat that in any match, any outcome is possible, no matter how unlikely it may seem, it does appear that Gerwyn Price has broken the back of this match now, and you'd expect him to put this away in pretty short time, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I agree. We've always said it, and we've come back as a start somewhere, and we've seen everything on these stages, but it really does feel like Price at the moment's got the bit between his teeth.
He's got this match now in a vice-like. And as we were saying about Price's run to the final last year, ultimately unsuccessful, you can get seduced by the way players play in early rounds, and in the end it doesn't really matter that much as long as you win. And Price was playing beautifully all the way through the tournament, didn't play well enough against Van Gerwen in that final, but give us an impression of the way he's played so far in this match, Laura. Are you impressed with the way he's gone about his business?
Yeah, I think he was slow to start, but since then really has just run with it. He's averaging just under 100 at the moment, and actually doesn't feel like he's still playing as well as what we've come to expect him to play like. But he's already run close 7 perfect darts into a leg, so he's showing signs of exactly what we would expect of him, but we always expect a little bit more now, don't we?
Yeah, exactly, and I think that's the measure of an elite level player. You think he's playing rubbish and he's averaging 98, 99, 9900. I used to see this a lot with Taylor. You think he's not doing anything. You look at the averages, 102. And Price here, you think, well, he's not really extended himself, but his average is still 98 and change. And he's looking at 70 now when he returns here to make it 5 legs on the trot. This mid-match move by the Welshman has been significant. 2 darts at tops, 1 needed, and a 14-dart leg to move to 8-3. That's 2 legs away from the match. And what started looking like it could be troublesome has turned into a cruise for the Markham marksman.
As I say, a couple of missed opportunities by Stephen Bunting, that 108 to go 3-0 up really quite early on. Missed a dart at double top as well, but hasn't really carved out as many chances as you'd expect Stephen Bunting to do. But I think that's just because of the way that Gerwyn Price has been scoring.
Yes, the third leg when Bunting missed that chance at 108. And who knows what may have happened if he'd gone 3-0 up, we'll never know. But what we do know is that Price looks like winning this in a hurry now. Looking to knock him out quick and go home early.
59.
The familiar fumble of Gerwyn Price. He didn't do that very often when he was on the rugby field.
I think that's the first one we've seen tonight, but
Yeah.
you know, if he's to win this match, probably not the last one we're going to see from Gerwyn Price this week.
Well, it's a bit of a trademark, isn't it? The knock-on on the hockey.
Yeah.
99. Going require 167.
Treble 19 would leave the bullseye. Can't find the second treble in the combo.
Stadium require 147. 58.
Well, we saw a 2-dart kill on 70 in the last leg. We can see a 2-dart kill on 80 if he can hit double 10 first dart. He can't. He has to use the third dart at double 5.
75. Stadium require 89.
And these, you feel, are the chances that Stephen Bunting needs to take if he's got any chance of staying in this tournament. Just taking his time. I think he knows the importance of this leg. Double 5. Narrowly missed.
Going require 5.
But narrow misses and no use to Bunting now at 3-8. Double 1. Caught the first dart.
Stephen, you require 10.
Now Stephen Bunting muffs the finish and busts his score deliberately. Double 1 for Price, and he gets there in the end. It was hardly convincing at the back end of that leg, but the margin of victory is looking like it's going to be convincing now. 6 legs on the trot. He leads 9-3. One more will get the job done.
100.
You mentioned the Premier League earlier, Emma, where Gerwyn Price endeared himself to fans all over the country by attiring himself in some appropriate garment, like green in Ireland and red in Wales, obviously, where he's popular in any regard, but blue in Scotland. But he's gone back to his normal shirt here, hasn't he, in the black and blue.
23.
I don't know what he could have come as. Maybe he could have dressed up as a stick of rock or something. I'm not quite sure, but
Yeah, not sure. Maybe a bit of black and orange. Football team.
yeah, orange, yeah. But there's been no, well, tangerine actually, to be fair, before we get complaints from Blackpool fans. But to be fair to Gerwyn Price, he's had no problems here, either on the hockey or from people off it. And 2 darts away from the match now. And Stephen Bunting, one last act of darting defiance with his third max. 20 for tops for the match for Gerwyn Price, last year's runner-up, to move into this year's round 2. And he's there. And Gerwyn Price, despite dropping the first 2 legs, made a real mid-match move from 3-all.